"15 years ago, I had the great pleasure of meeting a very gifted and humble individual with whom I am very proud and honored to call my friend and neighbor, Mr. Earl Young. The problem with someone who wants to learn to play the drums is that it's a very expensive instrument. And it's a very good drum set. You can get one for about $2,500 or more on Amazon. Mr. Earl overcame this problem by not using a regular drum set. As a child, he grew up in Philadelphia during hard financial times and was unable to buy a drum set. He started playing music by using 3 chairs and 3 phone books. He put each in the chair, put tape on them, and he played all 3 books. He also used coffee cans and buckets, and he read drum instruction books. And this is how he taught himself to play. When Mr. Earl was 11 years old, he used to go to the Uptown Theater, and it was there, he went to watch the entertainment, it was there that he dreamt about being on stage. As a teenager, he began to play drums in a marching band called the Elks. He didn't get the chance to get a lot of schooling because he had to take care of himself as a teenager. At the early age of 16, Mr. Earl bought a set of drum set and he began playing. Eventually, Mr. Earl started doing club work, and this is where he could make money doing that. He cut records like Yes, I'm Ready and Hey There, Lonely Girl, and these were big hits for him. This was a way for him to earn a couple of $100 doing something that he loved, and he made this his life earning. Mr. Earl wanted to develop his own style of music. He would sit in his car and turn on his signal, and the turn signals were like a timekeeper. And he would turn on his windshield wipers and practice with his wipers because they were the perfect time. He would take his drumsticks in his car with him, and he would play along with that, but not while he was driving. Mr. Earl refers to himself as a drum crazy guy. And this is in his recording studio. He wanted to also be a singer because he cut over thousands of records with different artists. But people don't notice drummers as much because drummers don't make as much as singers do. So he had a bass voice, and he could sing songs like Yakety Yak by the Coasters and another song called Zing Were the Strings in My Heart. And these were big hits for him. He wanted to sing and play, so he started his own recording company called Golden Fleet with his 2 rhythmic buddies, Baker and Harris. Mr. Earl rose to prominence in the early 1970s as part of the Philly soul sound. He is best known as the founder of his band, The Tramps, who had a hit record with Disco Inferno, along with his partners, Baker and Harris. And this is his band, The Tramps. Mr. Earl has 3 Grammys, and he's inducted into the Hall of Fame. He has 5 stars on the Walk of Fame in Philadelphia. His name is on the sidewalk in his hometown on the Academy of Music. Today, Mr. Earl is still singing with his group, The Tramps. They recently performed in Elkton, Maryland last summer, and they sang their hit song, Disco Inferno. He continues to travel all over the world. He has also played drums in multiple recordings, such as artists as B&B King, The Temptations, Johnny Mathis, the OJs, the Spinners, and many more. Mr. Earl once had an inspirational teacher who said to him, "Look, remember one thing, no matter what you do in life, always be the best at it. If you wind up a trash man picking up trash, be the best trash man that you could ever be. Do the best at everything and be the best at it." This is actually what Mr. Earl has and always will be, the best. Can you come up? This is Mr. Earl. He is not only a great drummer and singer and dancer, but he's also a great friend and neighbor. He is an awesome family man, father, husband, and grandfather. He is the hardest working man I have ever had the pleasure of knowing, and has always been most loving and caring to my children. He is just a great person in general. You couldn't ask for a better friend or neighbor. If you would like to learn about my friend Mr. Earl, you can catch him, Google him or catch him on Facebook.